So as entrepreneurs, that is something that every single one of us needs to do in order to create the successful businesses that we dream of. And in this video, I am going to tell you all about what it is, so stay tuned. Hey, it's Carrie here, founder of the Female Entrepreneur Association and author of the international best-selling book, She Means Business. And I'm so excited that you're here because in this video, I'm talking about something that every single one of us as entrepreneurs has to do. And it is this: we have to become the master of business. We have to really master it and hone our skills so that we can become super successful and really excel. But for now, I want to tell you why this is so important. So I see so many entrepreneurs who are trying to do everything, and we have this overwhelming pressure that we need to be good at all things, and we need to be on every social media platform, we need to be mastering every skill out there. And the reality is we don't. In order to become an expert, we have to simplify the process for ourselves. For example, if you wanted to learn how to play a musical instrument and you couldn't figure out what you wanted to learn, so you learned the piano, the clarinet, the drums and the saxophone all at the same time, it would be hard to become a master at any one of those things because you're trying to do way too much, and we simply cannot focus and become great when we're trying to do too much stuff. And this is the rabbit hole that us entrepreneurs fall into. We're trying to do too much stuff. If we get laser focused on what it is we actually truly need to master in order to have a breakthrough in our business and create success, we can make it happen. No matter what it is, whether it's that you really decide that Instagram is the platform that's going to help you to propel your business forward, and you can become the expert at Instagram. If you want to get 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers, 1 million followers, it's 100% doable, but you just have to master the skill of doing it. Like anything in business, you can make it happen. And let me just share something with you to put this into perspective. If somebody came, heaven forbid, and held a gun to your head and said to you that you have to learn a new language within the next 6 months, you would think to yourself, okay, I'm going to learn a new language in the next 6 months because I want to live. And so what would you do? You would go and buy courses. You would go and download audios to listen to. You would start learning how to speak another language. You firstly pick the language that you're going to learn to speak, so you know exactly what you need to do. And you would then start to absorb information, learn as much as you can. You'd start to practice every single day, dedicating time every single day to learn that language. And you'd have moments where you'd be like so overwhelmed and confused, it would like literally hurt your head to try and figure out how to speak this other language, but you'd push through that frustration because you know you have to. You don't have a choice because you've got a gun to your head and you need to learn that language. So you keep going, you keep practicing, and eventually it kind of slots into place and you can actually say a few words and you can say a few sentences, and you start talking about it with all the people that are around you, and you immerse yourself in learning that language. And by the end of the 6 months, you would be able to speak that language if you were put under that pressure to do it. You know you could become the master and literally master that new language. The process is the same no matter what it is we want to learn. You want to become a successful entrepreneur, you have to master how to become a successful entrepreneur. It is that simple. But it takes some key things for us to be doing on a daily basis, day in, day out, in order to get to that level of expertise. It's not a question of if you can get to that level, it's a question of are you going to get to that level and do these things. So I have 3 questions that I want you to answer and get clear about to help you to become the master you need to be in order to build the successful business that you want. So question number 1, what do you want and need to master in order to create the successful business you want? What do you want and need to master? And you really need to sit down and take time to think about this. It might not be something that you can just figure out in 5 minutes. It might take you a few hours to think about, or a day to think about, even longer. But ask yourself, what is it that I need to master in order to create the business that I'm dreaming of, that I want to create? And maybe it is that you need to really get laser focused on becoming an expert at Instagram, or maybe it's Pinterest, or maybe it's actually creating video content successfully. Figure out what that is for you and lock in on it so that you can really dedicate yourself to becoming the master at it. The second question is then ask yourself, what do I need to learn and actually do in order to master this? So let's say, for example, that you realize that you need to master Instagram in order to really have a breakthrough and grow your business. Well then, what do you need to learn and do in order to make that happen, in order to master it? on a day-to-day basis? What does that actually look like? So do you need to actually learn how to grow on Instagram? Do you need to learn how to use hashtags? Do you need to learn about loop giveaways? Do you need to learn about Instagram stories and how to leverage it? What do you need to learn, and what do you need to be doing on a daily basis to grow? Even if you just do one thing every day to grow, you will start to master it and you will have a breakthrough if you stay focused. The third question that I have for you to ask yourself is, how much time am I going to dedicate every single day to becoming the master of this? Really think about it and decide how much time you're going to spend. Are you going to spend 10 minutes mastering, learning how to master it? Are you going to spend 30 minutes? Are you going to spend an hour? Are you going to spend 3 hours, 5 hours? What time are you going to dedicate to mastering this skill that's going to help you to grow your business? Make the decision and the commitment to yourself, because so often we're like, oh yeah, I really need to do that thing, I really need to become amazing at it, but then like a week goes by or a month goes by and you've not done anything because you haven't truly committed to it. So get really focused and clear and intentional about how much time you are going to dedicate every single day to becoming the master of that skill. Practice, 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 and you will get there and become so amazing that it will help you to have a breakthrough and grow your business. So 3 simple questions. Definitely take some time to think about them. Definitely download the workbook that goes along with this to help you to really put it into action and create a 30-day plan so that you can run with this. So go ahead and download that, and I will see you next week for another episode of She Means Business. So question number 1, what was the question? What do you need? Okay. So question number 1,